call me home.
Welcome to DunnZWorld. I'm Dunn. If you're new here, y'all should know the routine by now. And actually, I don't have my phone on the ring light, so bring it in. Actually, come closer. Come closer. Give you a kiss, and I'm gonna give you a hug and tell you welcome. You'll love it here. And if you're coming back, welcome back, fam. So today I'm going to do a reaction video based off of 10 things that will kill you. Some of the things I'm sure I probably heard of, or I'm sure I probably seen before. Some of it may be surprising. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give y'all feedback, give y'all a reaction, and we can watch this video together. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, and let's get it popping. So I'm going to go ahead and push play. I don't think I've seen that movie. Did you find it?
Welcome to WATCHMOJO, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things you don't know will
Rush
kill
Hour
you.
3 was funny as hell.
I got a big problem, man.
For this list, we'll be looking at everyday things that can prove surprisingly dangerous and fatal. Will you look at these things differently in the future? Let us know
Y'all,
in the
my
comments below.
iPad case is a little janky,
Number 10.
so
Too
bear
much
with
coffee.
me. It may
For
fall,
most
it
of
may
us,
not.
the day can be quite hard to get through without a cup of coffee, or 5.
Coffee. Never would have thought coffee would kill you, but then again, at the same token, a lot of people drink too much coffee.
But we just have to remember to keep things sensible, because things can turn ugly. Granted, there's a very high barrier to fatality when overdosing on coffee, but it is possible.
You're drinking too much.
Whoa. Too much caffeine can put an incredible physical strain on the body, and it's estimated that between 50
Who's
and
drinking
100 cups
52,
of coffee
100 cups of
could prove
coffee?
fatal if consumed
That's
in
crazy.
quick succession.
That's
Like when you report weather,
bananas.
You know, rain over a day, 30 millimeters, no problem. But in 20 minutes, that would be a big problem with flooding. That's the same thing that might happen in the heart if I give you a lot of caffeine all at the same time.
The primary method of death in this case would be cardiac arrest. While coffee is relatively harmless in small doses, caffeine itself does not get the same pass. Just 1 teaspoon of pure powdered caffeine is enough to kill someone.
Plucking
Number 9,
nose hair? Come on, plucking nose hair.
hair.
That seems a bit far-fetched.
Of course, sir.
This can be an arduous task, yes, but it seems harmless enough. It hurts, and maybe you sneeze a few times while your eyes water like crazy, but other than that, we don't give it a second thought.
It hurts.
But did you know that plucking nose
never
hairs
would've
can
thought.
actually lead to death? Again, the
Okay.
chances of this
Okay,
happening
they're
are
extremely
extremely
low, okay.
low, but a low chance is not an impossibility.
Got it. Yeah, long, greasy one there, Tony.
Ripping hair out of your skin follicles can lead to infection, and if
Oh,
this
my
infection
chest.
travels through the bloodstream from your nose to the brain, then it's pretty much game over. Fatal complications like acute bacterial meningitis and cavernous sinus thrombosis may result if the infection gets out of hand. Or out of nose, in this case. Number 8, dryer lint. Please, for the
That's
sake of
major
your
right
family and
there.
your house,
A lot of
clean
people
out
do
your
not know
dryer
how to
every
clean
once
their
in a while.
dryers out.
This is
People
one of
don't
those
even know
things
where
where
the
you
tray
think,
is.
yeah, I'll get to that
Please, people,
eventually.
read your
How
manual
important
when
can
you're
it
buying
be?
these
We've
appliances
always
so
been
that you can know
diligent
how to
about
properly clean
taking
it
care of the
and
lint,
take
but
care
even
of
with
it,
that,
because that
these
right
kinds
there
of
will
things can happen,
definitely
and
bring
it's
your house
more
down.
common than people think.
It's very important, and not doing it can eventually prove fatal. Dryer lint will accumulate not only in the filter trap, but also in the exhaust vent and even the dryer itself.
And cleaning the lint tray is just the beginning, especially in winter weather when drying heavy blankets and sweaters.
We don't know if a system has impingements that make it more prone to lint buildup.
Sooner or later, this pile of highly flammable material may catch fire and burn your house down. The U.S. Fire Administration claims that 5 people die in the nearly 3,000 dryer-related fires that occur throughout the country each year.
Besides cleaning your lint trap with each use, consider also cleaning behind the dryer where lint builds up. Also, check and clean your exhaust vents at least once a year. And every 2 years, take the back
notes.
of your dryer off and vacuum inside.
Hot tubs
Number
and
7,
baths?
hot tubs
That's
and
where the
baths.
parties are. What?
Good to be here with y'all
How
again,
could-
man.
how could that be
It's good to
fatal?
be back here with you guys.
Yep.
I want to toast to the good time, and you too, young blood.
The thing with hot tubs and baths is that they're typically accompanied by alcohol. And as we all know, water plus alcohol does not a good combination make.
What should I know?
Between 1999 and 2003, the Scripps Howard News Service conducted a study in which they analyzed mortality records from around the United States. They found that in the 5-year period, 1,676 Americans
That's a
were reported to
lot.
have drowned
That
in
is
hot tubs
crazy.
and baths. This is an average of 335 per year, or about
That's
one
crazy.
hot tub or bath drowning per day. Next time you want to wind down in some warm water, maybe forgo.
That's a good show, by the way. Y'all should tune into that. Euphoria is a good show. Can't wait for the next season to come out.
Number 6, high altitude.
High altitude.
Humans can survive a lot of things, but we were meant to stay on the ground. Humans who travel 8,000 feet above sea level will start to suffer from altitude sickness owing to the lack of oxygen in the air.
Once you get above 8,000 meters, it's the closest thing to being in outer space. The lack of oxygen itself just completely trashes your body. Your body starts to basically, what they say is consume itself, is uses so much energy that you do have left over to function that it just can't even survive very much longer.
Most people will suffer from the likes of headaches and dizziness, but the further up you go, the worse it gets. Once you reach 26,000 feet, you're entering the
That's
death
scary.
zone.
In the death zone, it's hard to describe how painful it is and how difficult it is to do even the most simple thing.
That
Just
is
don't
scary.
have the oxygen
Oh
you
my
need. What that
gosh.
means is our cells are dying at a much higher rate than they can be regenerated, so our bodies are very quickly breaking down.
Once here, there's not enough oxygen to sustain life, and humans begin suffering from fatal edemas of the lungs and brain. In fact, many mountaineering deaths are caused by extended stays in the death zone. It's best to
Y'all
listen
stay
to your
safe out
body.
there.
It's trying to tell you something.
To reach the summit,
Especially when you're hiking.
which affects decision making, and that alone is enough to call it the death zone.
Number
I've heard of
5,
that before.
drinking too much water.
I've heard of that before.
Humans are weird. We need water to survive, and our bodies require that we consume it every single day.
That is so good.
But drink too much of it, and our bodies go haywire before shutting down completely. Water intoxication is very real, and it occurs when excessive amounts of water throw off the body's meticulous concentrations of electrolytes and sodium. The good news is that it takes an excessive amount of
How
water
much
to prove
water?
fatal.
Electrolytes circulate in our bodies. The most common, sodium. Consuming too much water can dilute the electrolyte levels in our blood. To rebalance these levels, cells absorb the excess water, making them swell, which can have lethal consequences.
However, many people have died from water intoxication, and it's typically the result of drinking contests or guzzling down enormous amounts while exercising.
In the United States, mother of 3 Jennifer Strange died after entering a water drinking contest staged by a Sacramento radio station. With so little awareness of the condition, radio announcers dismissed concerns raised by listeners.
They say all things in moderation, and yes, that even includes water.
Now drink your fucking water before you drop dead from dehydration.
Number 4, Windex and bleach.
I could see how
Obviously,
Windex
and bleach are fatal if consumed. We
Could be
invented child
fatal.
locks for that
Just
reason.
because-
But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about mixing Windex and bleach while cleaning.
Everybody needs to understand that reading the labels is very important, and just because one does a great job doesn't mean it's going to accelerate by adding another one.
Windex contains something called ammonium hydroxide, which is known simply as ammonia. Saying that ammonia does not mix with bleach is a massive understatement. When the two combine, they release chloramine gas, which can quickly prove fatal in a small and poorly ventilated area.
When you inhale these cleaning substances, it's so incredibly irritating to your mucosa, and it can be very toxic.
Here's a golden rule. Never get creative with
Bad.
household cleaners.
Very bad.
They'll mess you up.
If you've got little babies crawling around on the floor and you're using chemicals to clean the floor, those
Right.
babies are absorbing
They put their
those
hands in
chemicals
their
through their
mouths.
hands and their knees and their feet, or if you walk around barefoot in your house.
Yeah.
So it's a really good idea to use natural solutions.
Being too
Number
tall,
3,
come on.
being
Really?
too tall.
I could kind of see it though. Oh my goodness. What is this? It Follows. This is a scary movie. I'm gonna have to check that
Many
out.
things on this list are completely preventable, but not this.
I like scary movies, by the way, also. I'm gonna look that movie up and probably watch that
If you're
tonight.
born too tall, then you're born too
While
tall.
I edit
There's
this
nothing you
video.
can do about it.
You sure you're not too tall for this?
Nah, it's gonna be great. Unfortunately, this comes with a much shorter life expectancy. Being too tall increases your chances of developing various diseases and conditions like bone infections and an irregular
That
heartbeat.
makes sense.
Of the 3 tallest people in recorded history, none have lived to be older than 26. The tallest human that we know of was Robert Wadlow, who stood 8'11" and weighed 439 pounds. He died in his sleep at just 22, owing to an infection that was exacerbated by an autoimmune disorder.
The thing about him is that for someone who was the world's largest man, a man who stood out no matter where he went, he seems remarkably to have been well-adjusted.
Too much
Number
soda,
2,
that's
drinking too much soda.
definitely bad for you.
If there's one thing to take away from this list, it's that consuming too much of anything proves fatal.
How is that? I mean, you sure you want a diet drink?
You don't want no water?
You want something with some sugar in it?
There's only diet.
It's good. Too much salt can kill you, provided you consume 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. And then there's soda. Soda is obviously loaded with sugar, and too much sugar wreaks havoc on the body.
Studies show the more soda you consume, the
Don't
more
drink no
likely
soda,
you
y'all.
are
It's
to
bad for you.
experience chronic issues such as obesity, diabetes, and even heart attacks. Over 40% of U.S. citizens consume at least 1 soda per day.
Chance of cancer?
One study published in JAMA International Medicine claimed that drinking just 2 glasses of soda per day increases the chance of premature death by 17%. Another, published in Circulation, proved that daily servings of soda increase the chance of cancer death
Stick
by
to
5%,
water, not too much.
cardiovascular disease by 10%.
But the next time you take a sip,
Make sure y'all
consider
subscribe
the
to
sugar
his channel.
taking your body on an insulin roller coaster and potentially adding a whole lot of unnecessary calories.
If you want a long and healthy life, stick to water.
Yep.
But remember, not too much of it. Before we continue,
And
be
I
sure to
recently
subscribe to
heard
our
about
channel
this one.
and ring the bell to get notified about our latest
I really
videos.
need to go through
You
my
have the
phone
option to be notified for
and
occasional
clear some
videos
stuff
or
out
all of them.
because this is
If
getting
you're on your phone,
crazy.
make sure you go into settings and switch on
So I
your
had to delete some pictures, I had to delete some videos because my storage was full. So we should be good to go now. I'm gonna go ahead and hit play so we could finish this last one out and I can wrap this video because I don't want it to cut out again. So here we go.
No, inside good. Outside bad.
Sitting too much is horrible for us, increasing the risk of diabetes, blood clots, weight gain, and dementia,
sitting.
just to name a few.
Ooh.
But it can also be deadly over time,
Sitting
as
for
it
too
increases
long.
the chances of heart disease and cancer.
Heart disease,
In fact,
cancer,
researchers have
dementia.
worked out that worldwide, inactivity causes about 9% of premature deaths a year. That's over 5 million people.
One study published
Stuff
in
is
the Annals of Internal
mind-blowing,
Medicine
like,
found
what?
that sitting for more than 13 hours a day resulted in a 200% greater risk for early death than sitting for just 11
Wow.
hours. It's amazing what just 2 extra hours can do to us.
You've got to do more than just stand up. You got to have to go ahead and get some motion in place. But then the upside, the benefit is by doing that, you start to counter then the negative impact of sitting.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest
video. All right, everybody. So that is the end of that video. Wow, it's a lot of cool stuff though. I learned some new stuff and some of the stuff I kind of already knew, but that was some good stuff and some good information. Talked about the lint, high altitude, too much water, soda. It talked about sitting for too long, coffee, I don't know, did I already say too much water? It talked about being tall, plucking your nose hairs. Like it hit on a lot of things. So if y'all want to see more, drop it in the comment box. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback on what else you want to see in reference to videos like this. If you have not already, tap, click, clap, blap, slap that bell notification so that you can stay in the loop whenever I post a video. And until next time, peace.